Hi guys, this is the Tentative Talk podcast. I'm Arvind and I'm here with Alex and Neil. And Alex is going to talk about NFTs today. We both are not that knowledgeable about NFTs, so he's going to tell us something about it. So go ahead, Alex.
Hi guys. I know just enough to give fair idea about it, but I wouldn't call myself an expert on it though. So
See, there are
how?
only two kinds of NFT experts. The people who know nothing and claim to, and the kinds that know everything and don't say a thing. So we
I
already
don't
know
know.
what
Maybe
bucket
I'm
you
somewhere
fall
in the
into.
okay. Maybe I'm somewhere in the middle. With,
No such thing.
maybe
But tell us.
maybe the audience can tell us in the comments. Okay,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Arvind, I watched three lectures on blockchain. Okay, so just to get an
Okay.
understanding, the rage. I've never gotten into crypto investing, none of that. So just because the rage is going on, I just wanted to learn about it, and I realized that the even our job industry might be moving on blockchain eventually. So I wanted to know what this stuff is about, and I saw this meme where this one kid, he made like 10,000 ape paintings on his iPad, and
Yeah.
he called it some club, the Golden Yacht Club or something like that, and he sold each of them to like millionaires, billionaires, and each of those paintings, those cards of
Yeah.
bored apes, are going for like millions of dollars for
Yeah.
for Ethereum worth millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I wanted to know what the rage about NFTs is, and I think like after learning a lot, I have a fair idea of what it is. So
Okay.
to give you background on, I mean, do you guys know about blockchain?
I'm very familiar. Arvind, how about
Yeah,
you?
Blockchain.
pretty
Okay,
much. Yeah.
so if you don't know, I'll just give you a brief. It's basically code, 256-bit encrypted code times over 100, whatever. I don't know how far this how deep this goes, but
I did engineering. I know it.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How would you
So
explain it to a 5-year-old? That's the question
okay.
we
Yeah.
want.
Okay.
Answer.
To a 5-year-old, your 10 rupee note
Okay.
and my 10 rupee note have the same value, but
Yeah.
they may have different serial numbers. Okay.
Okay.
Now, using blockchain, I'm going to say that my serial numbers have a better value than your serial number.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. So it's helpful in making sure that I am actually the owner of the money, so that people don't steal money and say it's theirs. It's
Okay.
the money
Okay.
is locked in with a person's credentials essentially. So it's my money
Yeah.
and it's secure.
And as a 5-year-old, I know stealing is bad. So this makes sense to me.
Okay, so that is the use case of money on blockchain. Okay. However, this blockchain technology happens because a bunch of computers around the world keep verifying that this money belongs to Alex. They keep
Okay.
running computations to re-verify and re-verify and re-verify. Okay, so imagine someone steals money from Alex today. If I don't re-verify every second, I may only figure this out like 3 years later, and by then Alex doesn't know that his money's already been stolen. So it keeps re-verifying to ensure that when I check my wallet on my crypto, I know the money is still there and it belongs to him. So, but
Yeah.
this takes a lot of computational power, right? Because the computers are running so many calculations,
Yeah, it's a
and
lot
there
of
are
computers, dude.
correct. So, in if you think about it, right now, most of these computers are running on coal-based electricity, and that's not really good for the environment. But most people are like moving to solar anyway. So eventually, I feel that it will be green energy.
What do you guys think about nuclear energy supporting our daily activities?
No, I don't think so. I saw Elon Musk say that. I saw Elon Musk say that the square footage of a nuclear power plant can
Yeah.
a nuclear power plant can supply one day's one day whatever power a nuclear power plant makes can supply one city for a month. Okay, but that
Yeah.
same area of a solar field can supply that same city for a year. So in that same area, I can get way more. And I think he did the math on this. 200 square kilometer area of solar field, that much worth
Yeah.
of solar field can supply the US's energy requirement for the whole year.
But dude, this is a problem when you talk about anything nuclear, right? Everyone automatically imagines like
Yeah, it's
Hiroshima.
like Hiroshima, Nagasaki
Yeah,
blast.
like
Right?
immediately. And then everything you say about how good it is just going out the window.
Yeah, it's got
So,
very bad PR, like terrible PR.
yeah.
But
What would
I
be
feel
great
like
PR for a nuclear plant?
I think we should call it an atomic plant. Oh, okay, that's also
the
bad.
cost
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
change people's mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the movies have ruined it for us more than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, coming
Every
back.
Hollywood movie has like one big bomb blast,
yeah.
and then it's
It's always
done.
bad guys walking away from the explosions, and that is cool. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's actually a good talking point because on the whole thing about Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever other stuff is that if I want, I can give half a Bitcoin also to Arvind. Okay, then
Yeah.
I change the ownership to him. But if I collect a bunch of Bitcoin or a bunch of Ethereum and I
Yeah.
call that like I put all that into a suitcase and I label my suitcase which is unopenable. That's called a
Yeah.
non-fungible token, NFT.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of Bitcoin or a bunch of Ethereum, all are connected together. So they can't exist separately. Then it becomes a different NFT. So it's not the same NFT anymore. So what people do is they take their so artists like let's say Picasso, he painted a painting today. Unless if I want to sell my art, Picasso has to be physically showing that in a museum, and somebody has to come and to his art show or whatever and buy it from him. So the
Yeah.
guy who comes, how does he verify it's a real Picasso? Like he has to do some sort of forensic analysis or something like that, right?
Lot of work.
Lot of work. And imagine if I'm a digital artist who does paintings on their iPads now. I can like if he publishes it anywhere, even on a gallery, on an art show online, I can copy paste and sell it off as mine. So the artist essentially is not getting paid for his work. So artists, what they do is they take a set of Ethereum coins or whatever, and they package it with their art. So the code of their art is on that block set of Ethereum coins blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
So that is non-fungible. That original set of code is credential verified. So I can't even if I copy paste it, I'll only get a copy of it. I won't get the original, and that can be verified because the artist can say this is actually mine. So
This reminds me. So the Mona Lisa, right, which is in the museum. Do you guys think that's the original Mona Lisa? Right, like I mean, there's no reason for them to put the original Mona Lisa there. Like, there's no. I mean, everyone's looking at it like from 10 feet away. Like, there's a completely protected.
Oh wait, you're
glass
speculating that this is
bulletproof
fake.
case.
You're speculating that this is fake. I thought
think
it was
I
fake.
have a feeling
It makes more sense, dude. I mean, if you were, what if he's trying to steal the Mona Lisa in the museum? Now,
Yeah.
what if that's not real?
Yeah,
This
I
makes
mean-
complete sense to me.
I'd rather hide mine in some locker in some random corner of the earth and like just keep the fake one. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna touch it. No one's gonna know the difference, right?
Yeah. Anyway, they have like
Yeah.
a huge security system behind it, and you can't even go near it anyway. So it's like that.
So imagine the tourists, right, who go all the way from India to France, right? They go to the, I think it's in the Louvre, right? The Louvre Museum.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
the
they go there, they wait in line, they pay like 50 euros the fees to stand with the fake Mona Lisa painting, which
Dude,
I
that's-
can put it up in my wall at
that's
home
not the
where
worst.
they can
Yeah.
just do
That's
that.
not the worst part. A friend of mine went there, and he said that this is not even that big. It's like 2 A4 size paper. That's it. That's all the size.
What? Is that
Nothing
small?
reduces
That
art
small, yeah, it's that
than
small.
comparing it to A4 size paper.
It's like 2 A4 size papers together, and that's the size of this whole thing. And it's worth like I don't know how much ever.
Dude, but what you guys aren't getting is no one's paying to see the Mona Lisa. They're paying the money to tell the story
Yeah,
about them seeing
it's
the
for
Mona
the
Lisa.
gram. Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth 50 pounds.
What's trippy though is that like Mona Lisa, when Da Vinci painted it, he painted it in such a way that it's maintaining eye contact with you. Okay, so any image that does maintain eye contact with you, let's say you take a photograph where you're looking straight into the camera lens, right?
Yeah.
If you print that out and you put it on a wall, whichever angle you look at that photo from, it'll look like that photo is looking at you. But
But
How
isn't
is
every
this?
photo like that? Like, I mean,
No, if you're looking
you
at
see
an
a
off-
random mannequin at a shop, like a mannequin with like proper eyes and stuff.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
yeah.
the same thing, right?
It does
you
look
just move
like
left and right, and then
it'll look like it's looking at you. So, but Da Vinci was able to paint this with his hand. Like
yeah, it's-
that was the cool part. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the whole myth is that Mona Lisa's eyes are always watching you, but it's whenever you go to the Louvre and you're right in front of it, like whichever angle you look at it from,
Yeah.
it looks like she's looking at you
Yeah.
and smiling.
Dude, so
By
this
the way,
reminds
this
me.
reminds me. Wow, Jigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Neil.
So,
Okay.
okay, so this is what it reminds me of. When you said, when we're talking about like a real Mona Lisa actually being hidden away somewhere and a fake one being on display. So, I'm a sneakerhead. I like to collect sneakers. And I know a couple of friends who do the same thing. Now, these are sneakers that cost like 15k, 20k. There was a friend of mine who imported a pair that cost him 25k. Now, again, these lose value when you wear them around and use them like shoes.
You have to
Which is
baby
what
them
they
and
still
put it
are.
on a showcase,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes. So what this guy did, he bought these shoes, he loved them, he wanted to wear them outside, but he couldn't. So he bought a pair of duplicates,
Oh
and
shit!
that's what he wears outside.
Telling them everyone.
those-
Does he
Yeah.
tell everyone that that's the original?
Of course he does.
Then how did you
No
know
one
that
can
it's?
tell the
Then how did
difference.
you know that he's wearing the fake ones?
Because I can tell the difference between the two.
Oh my god! What's the difference?
99%
What's the
of
difference?
the people won't be able to tell the
But
difference.
what's the
catch.
difference?
Exactly.
But what's the difference between the two?
The difference would be on the tongue of these particular shoes where you have the Nike symbol. It is flipped for the Air Jordan
Okay.
symbols. So, couple of things like this.
Why
is how
didn't
you can tell
the
difference.
guy who made the duplicate do a better job at it?
That is a
Because then
good
he'd get
question.
fired, sued for that, bro. Like, it's the whole point. Like,
Bro, in India,
I know. I mean, it's hard to tell. Yeah,
India,
it's
it's
coming
chalta
from
hai.
some random factory in Bangladesh. There's no way you can like sue them and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's that. But it is what it is.
Dude, it's something else, dude. The idea of keeping the real thing at home and just showing like the fake version outside. But don't we all do that with our lives?
Wow.
Wow, you just put a
Wow.
question on society.
I know.
I feel attacked a little bit personally.
Talking about like collecting items and stuff, right? So I read this really interesting thing. There's like, I don't know what it's called, or I'd probably put up in the comments or the link if we have that.
Okay.
Sound like
Yeah.
a professional podcaster now, but yeah,
We are,
I'm gonna
we
put it up
are.
in the link below.
Wait. If
Right?
you have it on you can share your screen on it.
Probably don't remember the name again, so
Yeah,
we'll
no,
put
just
it
tell us.
later.
Just tell
We'll
us.
put it in the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this place is basically it's like a high security vault types. Okay, it's like a building, like whatever, like a huge building, high security walls. So what this does is essentially all the billionaires around the world, right? They keep their art, all their expensive collectibles. You know, billionaires have these wacky collecting like expensive
Yeah.
things, right? Like the original James Bond, Aston Martin, and shit like that. So
Yeah.
they store all of that in that one particular place. All right? Like multiple billionaires. Now what they do is now billionaires deal with billionaires all the time, right? So instead of sending cash to each other and sending these, if I want to buy the original Aston Martin from Alex, for me to buy it from him, I'll have to go through the customs, I have to involve the government and stuff like that. So what they do is they store it in the same place, all of these people, and then they just exchange it from one locker to the other. So that way, you're not paying tax, you're not
Yeah.
paying. There's no third party involved at all.
Dude, this
Dude.
is like
It's crazy.
This is Hawala, essentially.
Yeah,
What is
it
Hawala?
It's Hawala.
What
It
is
is. It
Hawala?
is.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is
Oh, you don't know what it
Hawala
is. Okay.
business.
Oh, dude. Okay. This is amazing. Okay. So I have like two friends who already do this. So Hawala business is, let's say you're a cash-rich businessman who only deals in cash and you don't want to pay taxes to the government. You're buying stuff from a guy. You're in Bangalore and you're buying stuff from a guy in Mumbai. You have to give him money, but all your money is in black money. How do you give it him?
Okay.
Okay, so you call your friend who also is in Mumbai, and he has a guy who's also in Bangalore. I give my cash to his guy in Bangalore.
Oh.
My friend there gives his cash to the guy I want to pay to. So essentially, the transaction happens. We both, I lose money. The guy who wants to get paid gets money, and the two people who facilitate this, they take a cut out of it.
Lot of trust.
There's a lot of trust in. There's a lot of trust involved.
But essentially, somebody is always owing someone something.
Yeah,
Correct.
That's the-
Yeah. So it's a chain of owing, but it's based on trust. But at the end of the day, if I want to pay someone something without the government knowing or without having to actually like put all the cash in a lorry and transporting it there, this is the best way to do it.
That's
Best way to do it.
Wow. And this is called
That
a
reminds me.
Hawala.
This is called Hawala.
Yeah.
Hawala.
Neil, how do you
That's-
not know about the Hawala business?
I don't
yeah,
know, dude.
This is so
What's the
rampant.
Does it
famous
mean
thing?
something? Like, is it a Hindi word that actually means?
I think it's
Yeah,
I think
it
it's a
is.
Hindi word. But either way,
It's an age-old word.
The amount
Okay.
is in hundreds of crores. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if
So,
let's say I want
uh,
to if I want to buy like elephant tusks or like some saber tooth tigers
Yeah.
claws. This is where I would
It
use
has to be something
yeah,
illegal.
something
that's
something
true.
illegal. Yeah. So
It
so
can be
it-
legal stuff as well, where you don't have to
Oh, yeah,
involve
yeah.
the. I mean, again,
Yeah.
black money, right? You don't want to
Yeah,
involve
yeah.
the third person. And this is not just like Bangalore, Bombay. This is like if I want to send cash to somebody in Australia or some random
yeah,
part
it
of
works.
Canada,
Yeah.
I can still do that.
I can still do that.
So Hawala,
Big-
your network is everything.
The
Your network is your network.
So the Hawala facilitators are there in Mumbai, sorry, in India and in Australia. So they collect money from the rich guy Alex,
Yeah.
and then the Hawala guy over there he pays to the guy in Australia.
Dude.
So these
So
two.
you're telling
Yeah.
me we have a banking system, we have UPI, and on top of that we have the Hawala network
Yes,
that has
we
been
have the
successful for years.
for years.
Bro, this has been like very
Wow.
old. This is old stuff.
So
Beautiful.
This is amazing.
I learned something today.
India. This is our NFT of India.
Yeah.
If you- okay. So yeah.
So this is how we explain it to Indians. Just like NFT, but
Yeah.
like Hawala, but
And you know, I don't know if me and Alex are talking about the same friend. We're not going to name drop. But
Yeah.
it is done by a specific community, you know, like specifically Marwadis and like Gujus and
We-
Patels and stuff.
we are
right?
talking about the
Yeah.
same friend.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
So, no shout outs. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is like predominantly done by that community because, again,
Okay.
they're, you know,
They're already
again, it's an age old thing,
They're
right?
cash rich
Yeah.
to begin with, right? So like yeah.
Yeah,
Got
cash
it,
rich to
got
begin
it.
with, and
Yeah.
they've got their community in various parts of the world. So, and the best thing is,
I feel like
when
Mallus-
it's
Mallus can
community, right,
execute
there's
this.
always collateral. Yeah, even that as well. There's
think-
always collateral, right? Because
True.
like
it's never
you
cash.
screw up with someone there, like our moms are like next to each other, the village or something. So I can always go and like, you know, I have like something on you all the time. So that's why
Yeah.
you know this entire within the community it works like wonders.
I feel like
Yeah, man.
I feel
Yeah.
like Mallus can execute this really well because we have our network
Definitely,
everywhere.
dude.
We have our network
Yeah.
everywhere. Most of the Mallus are cash rich now. Neil saying okay
To some
So-
extent,
'cause,
yeah.
I mean you work literally in finance. So
Yeah.
so
No company name drop.
So for the people who don't know, the listeners, Neil, tell us what you do. So set some context to this conversation.
Yeah, okay. So, for context, I am a product designer. I design digital apps, websites, pretty boring stuff. It's basically the closest you can get to engineering as an art student. I did not do the 4 years.
Best.
Yeah, and I do
I'm
work
sure
in the finance
you have
industry.
colleagues who are engineers who do the same thing, the same
All
job
of
role,
them.
right?
All of them. Dude, when I introduce
Yeah.
myself, we have 10, 20 people introducing themselves in a design team. They all say, oh yeah, I'm an engineer. And I'm like, dude, I actually studied art.
You guys don't belong here. I mean, I don't belong here.
Yeah.
no actually
No,
they,
apparently I don't belong here.
Yeah.
You need to go through the engineering, you need to regret your
Oh, of
choices,
course.
and then you
Oh.
become a good designer.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man.
so we
And
know
yeah, I am
so
in
we
the,
know when
um,
if the company is letting go of people who's first.
Oh yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah. I hate the foreshadowing that we're doing here, but okay.
Okay, yeah, tell
Yeah.
us more. What do you do? What's your day to day
Yeah,
like?
so, oh man, my day to day. I feel like this is horrible podcasting content because my day to day is pretty boring, dude. It's just drawing rectangles on a screen. Like if you want to pay at
And you
on,
get
like, a
paid for that?
Swiggy app.
And you get paid for that?
I get paid. Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah,
It is
you-
an extremely easy job, and why I hesitate to tell everyone is
Dude, I did
because-
this in second grade. I got punishment, dude. Like
Yeah.
drawing rectangles. on
There's
paper.
there's this very old computer programming language called Logo, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You guys
yeah.
remember that?
No,
Yeah.
You gotta put that F30 and like it'll go 30
Yeah,
forward.
coordinates
And
and
then,
it draws.
yeah, yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know this. Is
Yeah,
it
This is good shit, man.
drawing software?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like back in the day where the computers were like this thick, right? Like this thick, and
Yeah.
then power cuts off, and then everything goes off. You have to start from scratch again. Is this?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I am
it's
basically a
good times.
glorified logo program, but like
Ah, okay.
in real life.
Neil's the human
Pretty
version
much
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going backwards. Like the robots are becoming humans.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of robots, did you hear about the Tesla robot that's being built? Elon Musk, I think he announced it saying that like a humanoid robot
Hmm.
is what he's coming up with.
Okay. Are we
That-
talking Transformers or are we talking like general human?
No,
Glorified Siri
no,
and Alexa.
no,
That's-
wait,
that's bullshit, by the way.
Hold on. I'll put it up on the screen if possible. Um, So as you can see, the robot has humanoid arms. It looks like a person, and the way he talked about it on stage was like, this is going to take over menial tasks that humans don't want to do.
Mhm.
But the philosophy of robots is a little different in my head. In science fiction, when we think of a robot, we think of a humanoid robot, right? That's how the Jetsons thought about it. That's how it's there in iRobot and all the other sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
But you look at it this way: would you have
Shout out to Rajnikant Robo.
The OG. Yeah.
Okay. But the real world robots are like arms that take a part from one section and put it on another in an assembly line. Those are the robots. Or let's say you want a robot to drive your car for you. We don't put a driver in the driving seat to drive for you. The car is
Yeah.
the robot. That's like the self-driving car.
Yeah.
Right? Or let's say you want somebody to do your vacuuming. Like in Jetsons, you saw that the maid is a robot. Or in Richie Rich also, the maid is a
Yeah.
robot. But now we have vacuums that are actually running around. It's not like somebody's pushing the vacuum. Like the Roomba.
Yeah, this is very interesting, dude.
the Roomba-
The whole concept of a robot doesn't exist.
They exist.
Like,
Like,
you
yeah.
don't need a humanoid.
yeah. So, but Elon Musk comes out and he's like, I'm going to make a humanoid robot that's going to take over these. I don't understand what tasks he's talking about. So, because if let's
Bro,
say, let's
there
say,
are robots for that particular task what you're thinking about, but they already exist. But I
Yeah.
think
I think
it's
in
more
general
of a
I mean, like if you want a robot to like do menial tasks like cutting your vegetables, like you have vegetable choppers to do it. Like that's the robot. The machine is the robot. Like you want to.
yeah. But what you're essentially saying is you have a vegetable chopping robot which only does that, right? But this one will do vegetable chopping. It will clean your
And-
house
Yeah.
and do whatever you want
But
to do.
that involves like I don't know what level of programming and how is that even affordable?
Bro, it's Elon, bro. It's
how-
Elon.
how is
He
that even
thought of
Elon Musk?
doing?
How is that even affordable? Like, how can a person buy that robot? Even that is the
Yeah, it's not for us. You think it's marketed towards us? It's not like your regular people, bro. It's like a millionaires, billionaires.
Dude,
But it's basically a flex.
No,
He
but
basically-
Elon
so-
has never made a product that is only for the millionaires and billionaires. Every product that he's made is only for the mass market, right? I mean,
Okay,
I get
so where have you parked your Tesla, man? Where have you parked your Tesla?
that is because the government doesn't allow me to own one. That's different. Okay, otherwise I would be rolling in my Model S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hawala system, dude. He has a Tesla. It's just not yours.
someone in Canada is driving it for me right now.
Yeah, sure.
I put my VR and like sit in. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's never made anything that's not mass market, right? I mean, I get it. The cars are expensive. $35,000 is not cheap,
Yeah.
but it's not beyond reason to pay $35,000. Like I can earn that in a couple of years. Is my point.
Mhm.
So
You know what's something he's created that isn't mass market? His son's name. That's not built for the
shit.
masses, dude.
Okay,
I cannot pronounce
I
it.
don't know what it even is. Is
Yeah.
that is
I
that
know
a,
You
it's
put
not
random
the-
letters and then it would be him.
is that a name or a
Yeah,
like
serial
yeah.
random
number?
letters.
Is that a name or like a serial number? Like
Yeah,
like
dude,
out
it
of
was
an assembly
horrible.
line, like more are to come.
By the way, do you think
Yeah.
like that's just like a fad where he's just put it on Instagram or Twitter that this is my son's name, but in the government official it's registered something else? Do you think there's
Oh,
a
that's
possibility?
interesting. That's interesting.
Right? Like,
Oh, that's
like his
interesting.
name is like Alan Smith or some very cliche. Alan Musk, sorry, Alan Musk
Yeah.
or like a David
Yeah.
Musk or something, and then he's got like he's just
Could
put this
be,
for the
dude.
grab. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a possibility, right? Like
Because at some
Yeah.
point, right, even when you're typing your name into these places, they tell you can't put numbers, you can't put hyphens.
Yeah, how will you?
This guy's got
how
it
will you
all,
ever-
dude.
I don't know if Tesla's own app supports those characters.
Yeah, dude.
That's a question.
Like he's typing his name in, and they say don't enter your password. We're asking for your name. Like,
you meant to change the username and password.
Oh man,
Oh man. Okay.
that is hilarious, dude.
Hilarious. So Neil, you told me that you've been trying to learn the guitar. How's the progress on that?
Oh, way to put me on the spot, dude. I'm a horrible guitar player. I'm a horrible
Yeah, that's why you're still learning, dude.
musician
That's why you're
in
still
general.
learning.
Yeah, that's a nice way to sugarcoat it, I'd say.
It's okay.
So here's the deal, right? This is what we are told as kids. You look at the one guy in the class who knows how to play the guitar, and he's always playing it for women. So you're like, yes, guitar is
How long
always
have you
get
been
the
single
girls.
for?
I think the question answers it by itself. Too long.
Okay.
Too long.
He's tried everything.
He's learning.
He's tried
He's gonna get better
everything.
at the
He's
strings.
tried everything.
Yeah.
Tinder, whatever other stuff. Like now he's like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll go back to the plan back in school, which is the guitar.
Back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
Back to the
Back
basics.
to the
basics of guitar. Okay.
So I put this up on Twitter, right? Guitarists get all the girls, but dude, it's really tough to learn. They deserve them. And all the responses are from people who play the guitar. Not just play the guitar. These are people whose DP on Twitter is of them holding a guitar. That's how much into the whole culture they are.
Okay.
And all of them are telling me, bro, we don't have the girls. We don't know where they are.
I'll tell you why that is, because
Uh-huh.
when guitar playing was unique, right? Basically,
Yeah.
who used to play the guitar was all these rock stars like Slash and all these like
Yeah.
frontmen, right?
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
cool. Now every random guy on the every second house is playing a guitar. It just becomes
Yeah, dude.
like it's common, right? No one's gonna play it.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get the
dude.
girls anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
You go
think.
from being like you go from being Slash and like the frontman of AC/DC to Neil.
Yeah.
So it's a big jump there.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
But what are girls?
This-
But
this-
what are girls? I mean, according to you, Arvind, you're a ladies' man. So what are girls attracted to?
The one guy with the
Just-
headphone, with the call center headphone and microphone, is the ladies' man in the group. I love it.
I mean,
Bro, just
go
be
on.
yourself. Just be yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
just
That's
be better,
just-
but be yourself.
Dude, if-
be better than yourself.
be yourself unless
Oh, man.
unless you're like me. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Then don't be Neil. Be
That
somebody
is
else.
beautiful.
Then
I
don't
feel
be-
like this is an office quote right here. The office quote, rather.
Yeah.
No, but
You
okay.
know, talking about guitars, right? Like as a kid, so my mom always wanted me to get into playing the guitar, right?
Oh.
But for some reason, I was
She didn't
never, like,
want an
something
arranged
that-
marriage for you. So. She
Right.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, I never got into the art. So I still have a guitar, it's right up there, but I haven't played it in like 10 years. Like, it just doesn't come. So I was more into
Yeah.
playing the drums. But the problem is, in Bangalore back then, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's the same now, but in Bangalore, you had guitar classes like in every street. Like
Right.
every guy used to teach you, but there were never drum classes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was so hard to find, people who taught you how to play drums. And a guitar is easy to play, it's easy to move around, but drum set is just like a whole shebang, right? You can't just take it
Yeah.
around anywhere. And there's obviously guitar sounds. I mean, it can be a solo.
Yeah.
Solo
You
instrument.
can
right?
play
But
a
a drum can never be.
It has so much range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has range, but a drum is just like a background thing, and it's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
hard to find. It's
And
very
if you want
complicated.
and in school if you wanted to learn the drums, they'll put you in the march past.
Interestingly,
Yeah.
I was in the march past, and
Yeah.
that was. I did play the drums for a bit. That was just
Yeah.
like the snare drum that tuck,
Yeah.
that thing. Yeah. But so I couldn't play the drums, so I got into beatboxing back in high school.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
compensating.
Now I can
Nice.
play any instrument. That's the way you beat the
Oh,
system.
dude, you beat.
Wow.
Wow.
I like how this is.
This
a
is how he
huge
gets
fuck
the
you to
girls.
your
This is how he
parents.
gets the girls. So what about guitar, dude? Is there like a workaround for that also?
I mean, there is, but I mean, I don't beatbox anymore. It was back in the day, but
Okay, cool.
there are, bro. I've heard like beatboxers do the craziest sounds. Like,
Yeah.
what he'd be doing like
Oh,
some
wait.
random.
You're
basic
saying he
beat.
can make guitar sounds from his throat?
Yeah,
You
they
can
I have
make
seen
trumpet
this. I have seen
sounds.
this.
I used to make trumpet sounds
What?
and stuff. You know,
Oh.
and the thing was,
Country
like,
music from
they have
like beatbox.
anything. A beatbox is basically like a jukebox, right? You can play anything from
Yeah.
it. And these guys can play anything, man. Like, I've seen some really good beatboxers. They go from like some basic 1-2 beat to like having the Skrillex, bangerang sound and stuff like
I've
that.
seen this.
It's
I've heard
insane.
this.
That's insane.
And you develop that kind of a vocal range, right?
So is this something that
I
you
remember
train? Is this something you train for, or do you have you need a certain type of throat and a certain type of voice?
No. So obviously, like my voice.
Does, what
I'm
I'm saying is, does anybody have an advantage over another person? Does a bassy voice have an advantage over a shrill voice?
Yeah, of course. So if you have a bassier voice, naturally, if you have wider vocal cords, right, like you will sound more bassy. Obviously, your bass would be a lot smoother, but it can be trained as well.
So you can't be a whiny.
That's the thing, right?
So you can't be a whiny.
Yeah, you can't be a whiny. I mean, that would work well if you're like doing a trumpet or something high pitch sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or a violin.
But the trumpet doesn't come from the throat; it comes from your lips. The trumpet sound.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, So basically, when I was beatboxing it back in 11th and 12th, I had I used to sneeze a lot back then. I had dust allergy, right? And every time I sneezed, a different sound would come. Like people would just turn around in class, be like, "What was that?" One would just be like a random, like a saxophone sound or like some random shit.
Wait. You sneezed and somebody turned. Who played the saxophone is the question. That kid. And then you sneeze again. Who is playing the trumpet? It was Arvind, stop that concert over there. Is the teacher?
It was basically that, right? Because like each part of your throat has you can originate a different sound from each part of your throat, and each like if you puff your mouth a little bit, it's a different a beat, and the bass increases and the treble increases, stuff like that. So whenever you sneeze, there's multiple sneezes and stuff. Each one would be a different sound. It wouldn't be like a regular sneeze. So I mean, and the thing is, anyone can beatbox, right? You just have to know how to place your mouth, how to place your tongue.
Can you do a 10-second demo?
No, I can't do that. No. We're not gonna make this. We're not gonna inculcate into the podcast, but
this isn't a talent, so
okay.
No, but this is what I find fascinating about beatboxers, right? I mean, in your case, Arvind, your parents bought you a drum set.
No, guitar.
They didn't buy me a drum set.
No,
they bought you a guitar.
They bought you a guitar. Yeah, his mom wanted.
I took it from my cousin, but they didn't still give me a guitar. Yeah.
Oh, so your cousin also tried, failed, and then you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it runs in the family.
Yeah.
So all of these instruments, you have to get them. Acquiring them is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
For me, my brother plays the guitar, so I just had to borrow it from him to learn. So I feel like beatboxing is either a poor man's skill, where you're like, I can't afford an instrument. I'm going to learn this myself using just my mouth.
Oh my god.
And the thing about beatboxing is, why would you go spend all the time at a guitar class when you can learn the guitar in 1 week and then do another instrument the other week? And just
this sounds like this sounds like that guy Neil. Remember the guy in school who gave himself a blowjob?
Wow. I do remember this guy.
You do remember?
This was a very famous Bethany story.
Okay.
I used to sit next to him.
So for those who don't know, Neil and I went to the same school. And we had a guy in our school who gave himself a blowjob. Like he was.
Is that even
Wait, let me rephrase this.
Okay, the thing is, he is so flexible. Okay, Neil, you take over. Tell me.
Yeah. So he claimed that he could. There is no proof per se. It's not like we have seen this and we can attest to it. We have just heard his claims that he can do
Thank God you guys went around to look at that. That would have been very weird. That would have been very weird.
I had to stop Alex and make this clear. But everyone was really curious. Like, I'm not talking about just us guys. There were girls also like, how is this possible physically? So to prove it to us, he takes a pen, puts it in between his legs, and bends over and picks the pen up with his mouth.
Wow.
That's all the proof he needed.
He demoed this in class. He did this. The thing is, the dude has been doing some, I don't know, what is that thing where you
Yoga.
do? No, the flexible thing. Some calisthenics or whatever the one with the flexibility thing. So he's
yoga, dude.
Yeah, I think it was yoga, dude.
Whatever. So he's been
the
doing
calisthenics is different.
Okay,
yeah, because I remember the guy. He wouldn't know what calisthenics means.
Okay. So he's been doing. Okay, so he's doing something to improve his flexibility.
Yeah.
And this is the application that he finds.
Yeah.
So similar to you can't get somebody to buy you an instrument, just make the sound come with your. So you can't get someone
self-sufficient.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the
Modi
self-sufficient.
ka Atmanirbhar India.
Wow, yeah.
I'm gonna get some political hatred for this.
Okay, yeah. Coming back to safe for work topics.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
speaking of poor musicians, I went to I was in a hostel for 4 years. Like I went to boarding school, and it's the same problem. We had a drummer who was a senior of mine, and we didn't have drums accessible. So he took a mug from the bathroom. He took a bucket from the bathroom. He took his geometric box, like the metal one, and he had drumsticks.
Natraj.
Yeah, and every Sunday he would have a concert at his room.
Oh,
Just
wow.
his kick
Those are
drum
the
was
best.
the bucket.
Those are the best.
Best, man.
Dude.
It's like
Every
one of
class-
these sofa sound concerts.
Every class
Yeah.
had that guy, dude, who could just do that.
Yeah,
He was
man.
just that. Okay,
Dude,
so
and it was so cool, right, to be able to do that with a bucket, with a mug,
Man.
out of that.
man. Okay, so thanks for joining me, guys. So this has been a great first
That
part.
was abrupt.
Yeah,
was-
no segue, nothing. Just
Oh right, okay. We'll
just
leave
in the background, Alex's
Okay, wait.
mom calling him for dinner.
Okay, we'll do that again.
No, let's put this in the podcast. It's okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's organic.
Okay.
It's funny. It's nice.
Okay, so
put this
because
as well,
we're
but
short
yeah.
of time, and that's a whole amazing first podcast that we had, and I had fun talking to you guys. We should do this every week.
Catch us again
Yeah.
next week.
Oh, we are doing this next
Be
week.
the
Amazing.
fourth man at the table.
We hope so. Yes.
We hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Leave some likes, give some joy, spread it around to your friend circle. See you guys.
Bye.